Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Ours is a school, as you said, having more than 8,000 students. We have 3 branches and about 500 members. Just celebrated our Golden Jubilee a couple of years ago. And I must mention that we are headed by the visionary, Padma Shri, Dr. Mrs. Y.G. Parthasarathy, a very well-known name, I think, across India. And she is the one who motivates us in all that we do. I'll take you straight through. For any session, I'd like to take over from here from what Nirmala said. She showed the McKinsey slide about how a teacher can affect, a low-performing teacher can affect the performance of a child and as against a high-performing teacher. Now, the quality of any education system depends directly upon the quality of the teacher. And in the present scenario with teachers leaving and joining schools at different times, especially in the middle of the academic year, the management finds it very difficult to find substitute teachers at that time, middle of the year. And also, teachers who are already in the school are quite diffident to switch classes or take a higher class. I'm talking in the context of building the capacity of teachers where we use technology. Now, how does one build the capacity of teachers who are already in the school and also build capacity of teachers who join the school at regular intervals? In our school, we start all planning, all curriculum, extra, etc. is discussed by all the teachers in the school. Everyone puts in their give their inputs, and enriched curriculum, enriched delivery system is created. Each teacher can use her own unique methodology in the classes, but there is some database, there is a collection which offers her help. After that, after implementing what we have discussed, when we have a feedback session, depending on looking at the performance of the students, we reflect on what has happened and then we incorporate the required changes. Team teaching is very much encouraged in our school. We visit the classes of each other very regularly and take in inputs and try to incorporate that, because ours is, as you saw the slogan, taking education beyond tomorrow. We're always looking at continual improvement. We also use HeyMath technology to improve the quality of math teaching in our school, and also for building up the capacity of our teachers, math teachers. HeyMath is the e-learning math program which we've adopted since 2004, and I think we are one of the first schools in India to take it up. And they have a vast content knowledge for teachers, and where does this help in building up the capacity is, as I told you before, for teachers who are new or teachers who are diffident about handling any subject, they have this HeyMath content available for them to go through before they go to the classes. In fact, when we plan our lessons itself, we plan which are the corresponding HeyMath lesson which we are going to show. We go through the lesson, and all teachers, even those who have been in the school for many years, we equip ourselves before we go to the classes with this HeyMath lesson. It also shows various teaching pedagogy. HeyMath shows the various teaching methods which makes the class more interesting and more effective. And they have a lovely question bank which is accessible to all of us. I'll take you through all of them very quickly because we've implemented over the years and seen the effect. And they also digitize and institutionalize our practices. All the best practices which we have in our school, which we are trying to retain and carry forward with the new teachers and ones who are not so experienced in our school, HeyMath has helped us to digitize all that. So we have all that stored in our school, and we are very confident that any teacher who joins our school will be able to take forward this philosophy of teaching which is so unique to our school. In this context, they have digitized our question papers. All our question papers are digitized by them, available on their question bank. They also have mapped our lessons, all our curriculum for the year. Beginning of every year, they map our lessons. So they have exactly, HeyMath has what we want to teach in the class and beyond. It's always nice to have something beyond what you are teaching because it enriches your syllabus. And as I'll take you through a very few of the slides. One is HeyMath offers animated resources. I talk as a math teacher. So this is the construction of angles. Any construction, if you know, it takes a lot of time to show it on the blackboard with the chalk and the geometry box. And once it is done, the teacher is so much stuck with the blackboard, she's not able to go around and see whether the children have done it or not. Then you need to erase it if somebody hasn't understood. You need to go and do it again. I know it, we've been doing it all these years. I've got more than 25 years of experience, almost 25 years now. And I've done this so many years. It takes a lot of time. But using these animated resources, it really enhances the teacher's productivity because the teacher can just move around and help the children as they are doing. Saves a lot of time and enhances the productivity of the teacher a lot. HeyMath also offers interactive learning methods. It makes the class really more enjoyable when students participate in the class. And this is just an example I've taken. In this case, this is a very effective teaching methodology. The class becomes much more exciting. Students, it helps in retention of facts. Since children participate, they deduce the facts, so they retain the facts better, the concepts that have been learned. There are several concepts in maths, which are quite abstract, starting from 3D shapes, symmetry, reflection. These kind of concepts, we have been teaching it before we got technology, but I'm sure if there are maths teachers here, they'll agree with me that such concepts are very difficult to teach. They're quite abstract. And even though you show these solids in the class, you cannot really show the slicing or you cannot show them in all the perspectives. The animation is very, very important, and HeyMath shows this. And these concepts are the strengthening of the knowledge, the conceptual knowledge is very high when we've used this kind, and we use only HeyMath technology for all these kind of topics, especially data, like for example graph and pie charts and all that. If it is on the screen, it's so much easier. The class is much faster. Everyone is looking at the screen, and it is much easier to explain to the children. So this, for strengthening of concepts, this HeyMath technology has helped a lot in our school. I think most of our schools now have maths lab. We've been one of the pioneers. In fact, we've had it from almost the 1980s, we've been having math lab in our school. Of late, we have, after tying up with HeyMath, we have digitized our math lab lessons. Some schools have specialized teachers for handling the lab classes, and some schools the maths teacher herself is expected to take the classes. However, I find that many teachers are quite diffident. They are quite confident about going and teaching in the class, but they are not confident about going and demonstrating paper folding or paper cutting or any activity like that. They are somehow not comfortable with that. Whereas because we have digitized this lesson, this whole lesson is available to the teacher to go through at home also before she comes and demonstrates. We do have a lab teacher in our school, but very often if she is not available, then immediately we have to step in and take over the class. So at that time, this digitization of this math lab activity has helped us a lot, where now most teachers are now very comfortable with handling the math lab. Children of course do the hands-on activity, but we have to demonstrate it first. To demonstrate it, we have to be confident. This is why I spoke about building capacity of the teacher. Teacher has to be confident enough to deliver to the children. So if she is herself not confident, obviously the job is not going to be done well. So in this way, HeyMath also helps in building up the capacity. Before I move to this, I'd like to draw your attention to the fact that people think that when you use technology, then the creativity of the teachers or the unique teaching methodology she would like to use is all curtailed. It's not like that. HeyMath is very flexible. We are allowed to put in our own notes. Whenever we look at the HeyMath lesson and we show it in the class, since we've planned the lesson from before, when I've seen it, I realize at this stage I would like to say something more to my children. But I want it digitized. That is, I want it already on the screen, because I may forget to say it when I'm saying it in the class. So HeyMath gives me the flexibility of adding my own notes. So I have my own notes, so when I show the lesson in the class, my notes also come on the screen along with theirs. So the teacher's creativity is not at all curtailed. The teacher can be as creative as she wants. And in fact, all our feedback sessions that we have, we contact HeyMath. We have this platform. We contact them and tell them, this lesson we wanted to include this, or this lesson we found teaching difficult. Can you digitize? Can you make it more animated for us? So it's a constant co-creation of lessons with HeyMath. And over the last 6 years, I think the product has developed a lot, and it will even continue to develop because we teachers are also evolving all the time. HeyMath has this question bank of more than 10,000 questions, and the questions are not only from schools in India but also from schools in Singapore. So that gives us a chance to prepare assessment or assignments for the children. As you know, in math, any number of assignments given is not enough. Children have to keep practicing. So what we do is we have access, all teachers have access to this question bank of so many questions. So it's very easily, the questions are all graded topic-wise. subtopic wise, class wise. So if I want to choose a topic, give a decimal worksheet to my child. I have taught decimal this morning. I just want to give a worksheet. I need to just go and access the question bank and pick up the questions. It's very easy, a matter of 5 minutes. And then we can assign. All children are registered for this. So all have access from home. So we just have to send the lesson home. The assignment children receive it at home. All the questions I want to send them. So children who have been absent or who have missed the class, there is no excuse for any of them for not having received the assignment. And earlier we used to write on the board, and children half of them used to copy, some wouldn't copy. Taking Xerox copies would waste a lot of stationery. We've overcome all this by directly sending assignments home to the children at the end of every lesson, and the questions also are available on their question bank. To make it even more, to build up the capacity, as I said, all teachers are not the same. There are some who need to be guided. For such teachers, HeyMath offers ready-made assignments. In the sense, all the assignments which are created over these years are all stored as a data bank there. So if I need to send an assignment today and I am not sure what questions I want to choose, or I don't have the time, I can just pick up from any other teacher. The assignment prepared by any other teacher of any other school is available. I just have to go there, do a quick preview, and just see if these questions are fine, and then send them. A matter of, now earlier it was maybe 5 minutes or 10 minutes if I prepare my own questions. Now it's 2 minutes to just go, click, pick up this worksheet prepared by the teacher of some other school, and just send it to my children.
1 minute left.
Yes, sure. So this is what HeyMath offers, where I can share. There is also this global online forum where they can build up their capacity of by sharing the teaching pedagogy on the forum. They can have feedback from other members of the forum, and they can just in this way enrich their own capacity. Clarify their doubts and discuss content, discuss methodologies on this online forum. As you know, the CBS has introduced CC, and HeyMath is very well equipped. They have interactive questioning built into their module itself. This is also available on HeyMath. Then we need to monitor the usage. They also have a system by which we can monitor the children, the usage of the children for their assessment sent, the test sent. And the most important thing is to know how the children have performed in the online test, so that we can do remediation, intervene and do remediation for such children. So all the data for each and every child, we come to know how they have, what are the marks obtained in the test. Everything is generated by HeyMath, and we can then intervene and take corrective action for such children who are not performing very well. I would end by saying, who dares to teach must never cease to learn, and since we all are teachers and we have taken up this profession, we must continue to learn, and I believe that we must make use of the technology available. Technology is available, HeyMath is available. We need to make use of it in the best possible manner, so that we can continue to learn ourselves, build up our capacities, and of course make our teaching much more effective. Thank you so much.